Regardless of what character you are, you can just slide as much as you want. I slide uphill, I slide downhill, which is obviously more fun than going uphill, but, you know, it can't be knocked.
Hello and welcome to Rock Paper Shotgun and my favourite thing in. This is usually where I, Colin Mahern, chat to one of the lovely RPS staffers about a spang new video game they've been playing, and I get them to tell me about their favourite thing in it. This video is a little different though. Rather than a game that's coming out or is just launched, this edition of My Favourite Thing In highlights the ever-evolving and outrageously popular Battle Royale, Apex Legends. While I enjoy pinging everything within eyeshot until I can't ping no more, I've decided you need to hear from someone who actually knows their stuff. So I've asked the most accomplished Apex player in the RPS treehouse, Imogen Beck Helling, to tell me about the one aspect of the game that she enjoys more than anything else. So Imogen, what is your favourite thing in Apex Legends?
My favourite thing in Apex is the movement and the kind of varied movement abilities that the game has in general.
What is it about the movement in Apex Legends that stands above any other similar game?
It's just weirdly fun. So Apex is one of my go-to games, and every few weeks or so, maybe I'll get a bit bored of it. I'll always kind of come back, and every time I do, I realize how fun and fluid and quick it is just to do all these different things. So you've got a character, you've got Octane, who has a jump pad, so you can slide into the jump pad and, you know, spring off, do a little double jump, then land back on your ass into a slide and go. Just excellent stuff. People will probably kill me if I didn't mention Pathfinder, who has a grappling hook, which, as we all know, grappling hooks are the best form of movement in video games. I think my favourite, personally, character-wise, is Revenant, who has a faster crawling speed than anyone else. So he's like meant to be real sneaky, and he just kind of zooms along the ground while he's all crouched. He can also scale walls quicker than anyone else as well, which is great.
For people that don't know loads about Apex, are a lot of the special abilities, do they revolve around movement?
Yeah, I'd say so, largely. Wraith kind of has a sort of movement ability where she can go like intangible and invisible for a bit and kind of slows down time around her. Well, it looks like it does, but I don't think it properly slows down time. That would be unfair in a battle royale with loads of other people playing. Oh, Loba has a good movement ability as well, where she's got, it's like a translocator, so you can throw it, and then once it hits the ground, she'll teleport to it. It can often be a little bit buggy, but it's also a really cool way to throw yourself like into enemies to fight them, or, you know, run away from enemies, which is often the case in Apex Legends.
Does that fluidity then make Apex a very fast battle royale game?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think the speed at which you kind of get in and out of little skirmishes is just really helped by the fact that you can get in and out of those in such varied ways, and it makes combat like a little bit faster as well. So say with Revenant, if you wanted to be sneaky while your friends are fighting someone from the front, you can like crouch and really quickly get around behind them, and then scale the wall really quickly and jump up behind them and flank and end that combat slightly quicker. Or with Pathfinder, you can just use his grappling hook or his zipline to just zoom straight into someone, and it's just that fluidity kind of mixed with that speed kind of makes it all a lot more fun.
Is the map made with that in mind?
Absolutely, yeah. So my favourite map, Kings Canyon, has varied terrain. So some of it is a lot higher up, and you've got lots of zip lines between like bits of mountain and buildings. So you can go from really long range engagements with sniper rifles and to quickly switch over to an SMG, zoom on a zip line to get across to someone and try and finish them off. Or if they do that to you, you know, you can try and run away on a different zip line. So my other typical haunts are things like Valorant and Overwatch as well, which itself is a fast game, but it doesn't quite have that same fluidity, I suppose, again, to bring up that word, as Apex does. Like Overwatch is quick in that you've got characters like Tracer and that, which can zip around and teleport and stuff, but it's always very quick little team fights and people will like die fairly quickly. Whereas with Apex, you can use those movement abilities a bit more creatively, I suppose, because the map is more open as well.
What do you mean by creatively?
The difference with Apex to like another massive battle royale like Fortnite, the kind of main thing in Fortnite, I suppose, movement-wise, almost is the building mechanic. But Apex is different from that in that you kind of always have these things as an option to you. And because you have different characters that you can use as well, there are different ways you can kind of learn to use their movement abilities more effectively. So Octane has an ability where he jabs himself with a stim and sprints around the map for a little bit. There are creative things you can do with that. So when he's going faster, you can put down his jump pads and you'll gain more momentum as you spring off of that to get yourself somewhere higher or further away. Or yeah, there's just lots of ways you can do things. I mean, it would be remiss of me to mention that, yeah, in Apex, you just slide absolutely everywhere. I want to make sure to get in, you know, regardless of what character you are, you can just slide as much as you want. I slide uphill, I slide downhill, which is obviously more fun than going uphill, but, you know, it can't be knocked.
The best mode of transport.
It is. Fall on your bum, zoom along the ground. I love it.
Thanks very much for chatting with me today, Imogen. And if you, dear viewer, would like more wonderful Apex Legends coverage, then be sure to have a read of all of the lovely articles on rockpapershotgun.com. Thanks very much for watching, you absolute star. We hope to see you again soon as we learn more about people's favourite things in video games. But, and here's the important bit, do remember, for all of your PC gaming needs, keep it on rockpapershotgun.com.